Hey everyone, this is Anthony from Singular Sound. In this video, we're going to be doing something a little different by checking out some guitar accessories that you can get for less than $50 right now. Okay, so the first one we're going to be looking at is the Solutek pedal Footswitch topper. They come in this bag here and there's a whole bunch more of them. I just want to show how they came. You've got several different colors. You've got this green, a red, blue, silver, and gold. They also sell a full silver set and a full black set. We didn't have any of the black ones to show because we wanted to show the color variations here. Now, the way these pedal toppers work is they're going to make it a little bit more comfortable rather than pressing on a bare, skinny foot switch like this, similar to the way that our foot switches work from factory here. The way they do this is they attach via 3 set screws. Let's see if you can see that focus there. So you have 1, 2, 3. And a rubber pad on the inside. That's the real reason that we liked these over some of the other aftermarket options, because by using that rubber pad on the inside, they're not going to damage your foot switch itself by marring up the finish when you put the set screws in. Let's go ahead and install one here. Okay, so now that you guys saw that process sped up, I'm finishing up the last one here, and you can see that it's pretty simple install. Once it's on, the pedal topper doesn't want to rotate much, which is great, and depresses nice and evenly all across the board. They look pretty great. They can add a bit of pop of color to some of your favorite pedals, and I think it's a great buy if you're looking for something to make those foot switches a little more comfortable, especially if you're a barefoot player like I know many of us are. Now we're going to look at the cheapest item on the list, Riff Bands. These little things add resistance to your fingers so that you can practice and exercise your muscles when playing guitar. Now, I am a synth player and keyboardist, so I didn't test these because some dude in the 1800s broke his fingers by adding resistance to his fingers while playing piano, and now it's frowned upon in the entire society. But that being said, we did have our resident lead guitarist in the office test them out, and he said he really liked them. He's been practicing with them for a few weeks now, and he says it's helped him to get faster at playing through riffs and melodies. So you can see they just add a little resistance when you're stretching your fingers sideways like that. So pretty cool. You can add more of them to increase the resistance. I think our lead guitarist was saying that he has 3 of them on when he practices, which a low cost, maybe use them as a stocking stuffer, something of that sort. Check them out. Next up, it's a accessory bag for your guitar that folds up really nicely. And as you can see, you've got several different pouches to organize things. What I like about this one in particular is that this main pouch here can hold a Cabli wound up as well as some extra stuff there, which to me is really awesome as a guitarist because you might only have one Cabli and, toss it in here, fold it up. You carry a bunch of other accessories. That's a really nice package. From there, you've got these 2 other pouches. Now, honestly, I would probably fold the Ernie ball musician's toolkit into here and just make this a one-stop mobile guitar thing. Put some picks up in this bag up here and you'd be good to go. It's pretty nifty, folds up nice and compact, and this like metal hook hanger to close it is kind of interesting to me. I think I prefer it over Velcro, but I'm curious to know. Let me know what you think about that in the comments below. Either way, nice and handy. You can hang it up with this loop on the back, carry it around with you when you go to gigs. Pretty sweet. This retails for $16.99 on Amazon, and like I said, it's called in the title the FFR Guitar Accessory Organizer, but then on the tag here it has ALBVLE, so your guess is as good as mine when it comes to pronouncing these names. And since we already brought it up, our next item is the Cabli itself. Now, some of you may already know about this, but if you don't, the Cabli is the guitar cable accessory that I love the most in this entire video. Everybody should have one of these. Every single one. And I'm not biased at all. Okay, maybe I'm a little biased. But Singular Sound, that's us, we brought the Cabli out, and what this does is it organizes your guitar cables and makes them so much easier to use. You see, instead of, over-under wrapping the guitar cable after a show, then opening it up, in your bag and finding somehow it got tangled because I guess you didn't wrap it with enough magical voodoo, this does it for you, and it does it so much faster. Both ends of the cable are wound and unwound simultaneously, so you can see here, actually let me move it this way, you can see here when I'm pulling, both ends pull out at the same time. Similarly, when I'm winding, both cables wind up at the same time. Now, I'm going purposefully slow here to show you, but we can cut to a video where you can see an entire cable being wound up in just 2 seconds.
Wow.
So as you can see, this will dramatically decrease the time it takes you to wind up your cables before or after playing, and it puts them in this nice, convenient, small package, which then, as we already mentioned, fits perfectly right in there. So it's a pretty sweet gig. Definitely check them out. They retail for $19.97, singularsound.com. Click the link below. Next up, we have this guitar hanger wall mount by Snigjat. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I did my best. Now, this is surprisingly nice, given the $40 price range. I wasn't sure the quality I would get here because that's sometimes for like wood products, it's a little bit on the low end. But when I got this, I was impressed to find it wasn't like a laminate. It wasn't like a, like a particle board with, a vinyl on top. This is actually solid zebra wood here. You can get it in zebra or maple, and you can see the grain runs through everything. So that's nice. The back has some, pretty respectable metal hardware to mount it. It includes a mounting template here that you can use to ensure your holes are nice and lined up. That way, there's no guesswork in there. Like I said, was really impressed by the quality of this and the hardware. The one thing that I did notice, which wasn't a deal breaker for me, it still felt solid enough and it's not in a visible location, but it's something to be aware of, was when installing the screws for this shelf here, right? You screw them in on the back. And the trouble was, it seemed as if the holes on the shelf itself were maybe not fully drilled out or something. I'm not sure exactly. I'm no woodworker, right? But when screwing in one of them, the wood did crack a little bit here. Again, for me, it wasn't a big deal. The crack doesn't run very far. It's about yay to yay, and it's not very big or anything. And it's on the underside, so you're not going to see it at all. Plus, when I sit here and I flex this and see if it's loose at all, there's no play. So I'm not concerned about it, but it is something to be aware of if you're looking to get this. Something that might happen. And I could see if it happened on the top, for example, I would be bothered by it. So it's $40 on Amazon, and you can see it holds 2 guitars. You've got 3 accessory hooks for Cabli or cables if you're a barbarian. And then you've got this nice shelf here that you can put some picks or a capo on, stuff like that. I thought that, this was a really great buy for the price, and we'll be mounting this in the office soon. Next up, we have the Ernie Ball Musician's Toolkit. Now, this is a really nice thing to have for any guitarist. It makes an excellent gift, but it's also something that's a great quality of life purchase if you're just a guitarist yourself. Some of these things are tools you probably already have, but the Ernie Ball toolset has a few nice features that I find make it just a little bit nicer to use than your average home tools. Let's go ahead and dive into it, and we'll take a look at each of these individually. First and foremost, I want to give a little bit of a shout out for these Allen keys. They could have cheaped out on these and gotten something that was, just like throwaway. But when you look at them, they're really nice. They're all nice and straight. They feel very hard and very firm. And they each tell you the size. And you're not going to see this on the main camera. It's not going to focus. But maybe we can get it on the B camera. Let's pan to that second shot. Boom. This is a high quality production here, guys. Let's give a shout out to our cameraman, Moises. He makes all the videos. All right. Now, this right here, as you can see, it shows the size on there, and it's just really nice, really, high quality, something that shows overall that Ernie Ball wasn't messing around when making this kit. They weren't cheaping out because they easily could have on Allen keys. We all know that. You've also got a string winder right here. Nothing crazy, these are pretty basic, dime a dozen kind of thing. You've also got 3 different wipes here. These are their Wonder wipes, one for instrument polish, one for string cleaning, and one for fretboard conditioning. We're going to give all of these a shot with a Fender that we have here at the office that's in need of a little bit of love. So you'll see the efficacy of these when we do that test. You've also got a ruler right here, which can be very nice for looking at gauge. And it also has a conversion table at the back. Again, just a nice little inclusion. Has its own little holder thingy here. Now, the screwdriver is one of the things that I actually really like about this kit. You might not notice it at first glance, but this entire barrel comes out, and you have 2 flippable heads right here. So you basically have everything you need, or would commonly need in a guitar, in this one screwdriver. You both have the Phillips head 1, Phillips head 2, as well as 2 different sizes of flathead screwdriver. And that makes this a really nice handy screwdriver. I do feel like the polymer, the plastic on the back here, feels a little bit on the cheap side, but overall, it's gonna work just fine as a screwdriver for you. You're not gonna have any issues. Then we have a microfiber rag here. Let's go ahead. I haven't opened this yet, haven't seen it at all, but we can feel it. And yeah, this is nice and soft. Almost as soft as your eyebrows. Go ahead and feel them. Feel those? They're pretty soft on most people. I can't guarantee yours are soft. Maybe you haven't taken care of your eyebrows, but we'll go ahead and set it to the side and we'll take a look at the last tool in here, which is some nippers, just for your guitar strings. These are always nice to have. You can use these for guitar strings, but I also use these surprisingly often around my house. So it's a nice tool set to have. Overall, I really like it, and I like the compact carrying case it comes in. You can easily throw this behind your amp, and you're not going to have any issues, storing it, and you'll always know where those tools are. But that's enough talking about it. Let's go ahead and give this a shot with our Fender over here. As you can see here, this guitar needs some love. It sat in our office for quite a while. In fact, the entire pandemic, while we were all working remote, this just kind of sat there. One of the strings popped, and you can see it needs some love, some dusting, and a little bit of polish. So let's go ahead and give this kit a full workout and review by changing the strings on this, then polishing it up and seeing how well everything looks. Is nicely polished. We've got the strings on there. Everything's good to go. I actually really liked the fretboard conditioner. It had an orangey smell that was like on point. Like, we're Florida, we're Miami based. We know oranges, right? That smelled like fresh orange. I don't know how they did that. I know they took some orange rinds and ground it up into the wipe material or something, but it smelled phenomenal. From there, the polish worked surprisingly well. They call these wonder wipes. I can see why, maybe they could have called them magic wipes because it polished this thing up like magic. The only thing I could say that would make this kit just that little bit nicer, put it, from a 9 to a 10 in my book, is if they included some needle nose pliers, just some small pliers. I find that when I'm changing guitar strings, sometimes it can help to get a plier and bend the string. That way it's not slipping through the guitar post when you're trying to string it up. But other than that, this kit worked great. Every part of it was quality, and I really liked using it, and it's going to play great now. And with that, that concludes this video of guitar accessories under $50. I think individually, any of these things would make a great addition to your home jam space. But if you want to buy more than that, then, you're going to be even that much better. From here, let us know in the comments below if you liked this video and you'd like to see more. It's something we're trying that's new, so, we're feeling it out just as much as you coming to this video are checking it out and see if you like our stuff. So let us know in the comments below, and maybe we'll bring another one for next month. All right, everyone, keep rocking. Cheers. Peace. Adios. Go be influenced by others.